whenever you have a goal, you tend to ask yourself, how do I achieve that goal? So you set out a plan to achieve that goal. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I will achieve my goal. And in this video, I'm going to introduce a different way of thinking about it, almost a negative approach. So when you have a goal, you tend to point out all the positives that you need to achieve to hit that goal. And it's actually a mental model called inversion. So inversion is looking at it almost the other way around, like reverse engineering the thing. The best way I can explain this is, it's the new year right now. It's like the 12th of January. I've got a little goal for myself, and that is to cycle 15,000 kilometers for the year. And I could easily go, okay, how do I achieve that? Well, I need to cycle, let's say 300 Ks a week approximately. And, I just need to get on my bicycle and do it. And that's about it. And then I could go further. I could say, well, I'll do, 3 of these rides a week, and then a long one on a Saturday, and so on. And that is all good, but inversion looks at it the different way around. Inversion is saying, okay, I want to achieve the 15,000 kilometers for the year. Now, write down or point out all the different things that'll stop me from cycling 15,000 kilometers for the year. So let's bring up a few examples. So number one could be, I just don't like it anymore. I like cycling right now, but then there might be a time in the year where I don't like it anymore. So if I don't like it, I won't do it. So that is point number one. Like there's a chance of me not liking it anymore. A year is pretty long. The second thing is, it could be some sort of injury that creeps up, some niggly pain in my knee or in my back or whatever that stops me from riding. Another one might be the weather. So, there might be a month or 2 months where it just keeps raining and then I can't cycle. Another one could be, some sort of like bigger injury, which I try not to do. But anyway, so there's like 4 examples that'll stop me from hitting my goal of 15,000 kilometers. Now, once you've identified the things that'll stop you, the obstacles, now it is about solving those obstacles, because when you solve those obstacles, it'll make it way easier to achieve the goal, 15,000 kilometers. So let's say, for example, the first one is around, I just fall out of love with cycling. I don't want to cycle anymore or whatever. So how do I keep loving it? So then there might be things about like, watching a lot of YouTube videos about cycling, where I follow other people's stories, keeping myself inspired. It might be, setting a few goals, like if I hit my monthly or my, let's say 3 months of target, let's say, 300 Ks per week for 3 months in a row, I might buy myself, a new pair of shoes or a new kit or whatever it is. So if I hit that goal, I'll achieve it. Because if you have a few little, almost like presents for yourself for achieving a goal, it'll keep you more motivated and for you to like it more as well. And then when you hit that goal, you get this feedback loop, in your own life where you're like, man, I feel good. Like I did all of this, like this riding, I hit that goal and, I rewarded myself. So it's about that reward. And then let's say, for example, the rain one. Okay. So you can't really do much with the weather, but I could go, okay, well, there's this app called Zwift, like an indoor trainer. So for the times that it do rain, I could keep my habit up of 300 Ks a week. I can just do it indoors. And indoor training, really sucks, especially if you're just sitting there and you're just pedaling. But if you have like an app like Zwift or, some of these other apps, like these, it's almost like a game. You're with other people, real life people that are also sitting in their garage or whatever, and you're doing this thing with them. So you're keeping engaged. So that is a way to, again, clock the kilometers so you don't get left like, if it rains for a week or a month, you can still keep hitting your goal. So then it's like, okay, I need to get an indoor trainer. I need to get set up there, get it ready so that when it does rain, I can just, when I wake up in the morning to go for a ride, I can just go straight on to the indoor trainer. So that takes care of the bad weather. And then The third one is like some sort of injury that creeps up, and that is, okay, well, how do I stop, or what can I do intentionally every single day to make sure that I don't get an injury like that, or just have the best chance of not getting an injury. So it's things like stretching, things like strength training. So then it's like, okay, well, what kind of strength training do I need to do? What kind of stretching do I need to do? So then getting an expert or someone online or whatever to almost have a little bit of a routine and a discipline to stretch every single day. And that's how you start avoiding that injury. And then another one is like having the correct setup in terms of bike fit, so that when I do ride, I don't get sore over time. Like everything is set up for me, custom with my bike, having the right shoes, right position, right like saddle height, all those kind of things. So then when I tick off those things, then I will be less likely to get an injury while I'm trying to hit this goal. So now you can see I've come up with solutions for all three of those obstacles that could happen. And what happens is if you take care of that, it's almost like a vacuum. Okay, so what that means is the goal that you're trying to achieve, that desire that you want to achieve, is like pulling you. There's like a gravitational force that is pulling you towards that goal because a lot of these these obstacles are out of the way. So yeah, to make it just, what's the key takeaway? Number one is you have to have a goal. So if you have that goal, then go identify what are all the different ways what are all the different obstacles that will stop me from achieving that goal? And then once you've listed out all the obstacles, then create a solution to overcome each obstacle, or make sure that an obstacle doesn't come up. Sometimes there isn't an obstacle, but there's a chance of an obstacle coming up. So you just hit those three things. And you can apply this in your personal life. You can, apply this in your business. Like I run a business called Biz Video, and we actually take a lot of our clients through this. So when a client comes to us, we think about their customers and we think, okay, what are their customers' desires? All right. And then what are all the obstacles? What are all the things that will stop that customer from getting what they want? And then our client can come in, the business can come in and create solutions around all those key areas, and just the messaging around those hurdles, those obstacles that come up. And what happens is if the business articulates that correctly in their messaging and so on, and through like nurturing campaigns, it could be email campaigns, videos, it could be ads, all those kind of things. If you provide those solutions to those obstacles, once the customer with a desire have ticked off all these different areas in their life that obstacles that is stopping them from getting their desire, it's a vacuum, and then it makes it way easier for the business to sign up that customer as a customer and then to actually help them. So that's what we do in a business point of view. And I just gave you the example of how you can use this personally by showing you my example of my cycling goal of 15,000 kilometers. So if you want to read more on this, just go Google the mental model called Inversion. That is my perception of inversion, and I see it in all areas of my life, personally, in business, and so on. So hope you guys have liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one.